In this video, I want to share with you what I did, what I stopped doing, what I cut out that took me from being a bread slicer, sleeping on a friend's chair because I had nowhere to live, to being the president of a global company. My name is Ayo Olaseinde. I'm the founder of the Y Factor Academy, and our mission is to empower people to take action so they can achieve the success that they desire. Now, I've got a bonus tip, stay till the end, and let's get stuck into it. So one of the first things that I did when I had to make a decision in my early days was I had to cut out TV. See, there's only so many hours in a day, and there's so many hours you need to work and sleep. And if you consume your hours with TV, then when are you going to spend time working on you? The second thing I had to do was I had to re-educate myself. I started looking for things that would make me better, talking to the right people. And one of the big people that I did really embrace, and you've heard of these guys, Brian Tracy, Anthony Robbins, you've got so many people out there. All these people, I started feeding my brain. One piece of caution though, don't go and just get motivational stuff that just gets you excited. Because, I have a saying, if you take a fool and you motivate the fool, you end up with a motivated fool. That's not what we're trying to do. And I'm not saying you're a fool, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, I don't want to get excited. I want nuggets. Somebody's going to give me tools, things that I can apply that's going to make me a better me. See, life is about evolving to be the best you can be. The other thing I had to do was I had to discipline myself to routine, to get myself back on track. I had to get myself into an environment that was about making sure that certain things happen at certain times every day to help me become more focused, more successful. I had to take time to reflect. Is what I'm doing working? Am I on the right track? Did I have a good day? Did I achieve my goals? Get a piece of paper and write down 3 things every day. So you've got to do it the night before. What are the 3 things you want to win on tomorrow? Just tomorrow, 3 simple things. Now, one might be getting out of bed and getting to work on time. That could be one of it. But what are the 3 things you want to achieve tomorrow? It might be make sure I'm going to spend an hour reading. I'm going to listen to some educational stuff. I'm going to join the Y Factor Academy and listen to all the series of videos we've got there and podcasts and meditations. I mean, we have so much in there. Make that decision. So I discipline myself to make sure I included in my week everything that I needed to do. Another thing I stopped doing when I was driving around was I stopped listening to the radio. I stopped playing music. I realized that all the people on the radio, all the music I was listening to, all the TV, these guys were already successful. And I was making them more successful by listening to them. And I started to invest that time in myself. What I do was I stopped listening to the radio in the car. I turned my car into a rolling university. And I put on podcasts, CDs, whatever. And I just listened to information that would help me become a better me. So turn your car into a rolling university. One of the things I also did was I started to set goals. So I got a piece of paper and I started putting down my goals, some big goals, some short-term goals, and some mid-term goals. But what was important was I picked a goal, one big goal that would take out a lot of the other goals. But it's important that you write those goals down and you continually look at them every day, and you wake up every morning just to keep you focused. And when you're driving a car, you focus through the windscreen because that's the important thing. You might glance a little bit to your left and right, but your focus is through that windscreen because that's what's going to keep you safe. So you see, when you have a goal and you focus, that goal is going to keep you safe. So what are the goals? What are the big goals you want to do? And the goal has to have 50-50 probability of achieving. So you might be on $20,000 a year and you don't have a goal and say, I'm going to make $200,000 next week, because it's not going to happen. Success isn't that fast. But you can say, I want to get to 30. Then from 30, I'm going to go for 40. Then from 40, I'm going to go for 60. Then from 60, I'm going to go to 80. Then from 80, I'm going to go to 100, and so on. Set those goals. What are the goals? Not having goals is like driving a car with no steering wheel. You're not going to get very far. You will move, but you're not going to get very far. So set those goals. And I started setting those goals and reviewing them. and sticking with them. And what's amazing is the mind, the brain, once you plant that seed, it just keeps growing. And I'm going to give you this little analogy and vision. Have you ever been looking to buy a car? What happens is there's a particular car you want, a particular model you want, and then all of a sudden, everywhere you go, you begin to see the same car. It's amazing. And ladies, have you ever been looking to get a particular bag or a designer handbag? And all of a sudden, everywhere you go, you begin to spot that bag. You go, look, there's one over there, there's one over here. God has given us a gift that when we focus, when we set a goal, the universe comes behind you to help you see a way. But until you do that, you don't. When you set that goal for that handbag, you begin to see, you begin to think of ways to get there. So goal setting is so important. That's one thing I did, and I still do today, and I still write my goals. Every time I'm flying in a plane, and I've got that quiet time on the plane, no distraction, and I go, hey, let me just reset some goals. What are my goals? Where am I on my goals? Just constantly be reviewing the goals. That's just like driving the car with that windscreen ahead of you. You keep looking out, you look a little bit to the left just for a millisecond, but your whole focus is, hey, this is where we're going, this is what I'm doing. Set goals. My bonus tip was what I realized is that you've got to be careful who you associate with and who you hang out with. When you start a journey and you want to change your life and you want to make those changes, you're going to have naysayers, the people around you who are going to be telling you, why are you doing this? What's wrong with you? Why don't you just get a normal job? Why don't you just stay put? You're in a good place, you got a good job, you've got a house and all that stuff. Just stay put. They're going to encourage you to do nothing. Don't hang around those people. And my mom used to say this to me, and again, please don't take this the wrong way. It's my generation, but my mom used to say this to me. She says, Ayo, don't hang around dogs, because if you hang around dogs, you'll end up with fleas. I've just found out in life, when you hang around with the wrong type of people, you're not going places. And I can tell you over time in my life, I remember I was hanging out with a bad group of people. And I got myself to this point where me and my brother, we were getting into some stuff that I'm not proud to say. And I remember my father said this to me many years ago. I want you to go out there and go and do your thing. But he says, if you bring disgrace to the family name, I will haunt you. And those words stuck with me. And when I was at this point where I was hanging around with a pretty bad crew, it's not that I was bad, but I could see myself getting worse and worse. And I knew where this was not going to end up. It was not going to end up in a good place. And I listened to those words and I thought to myself, I need to leave. So I actually left Manchester. And I'm saying to you, look at the people around you. A true friend will back you up on anything you want to do. They'll ask you to be cautious and to be careful, but they say go for it. Go and talk to your grandparents. One thing I found out with grandparents is you go to your parents and they go, be careful, don't do this, because parents are very protective. Not knocking them. I do the same thing with my kids. But you go and speak to the grandparents and they go for it. Do you know why they say that? Because they look back on their life and they realize all the things they wish they had done that they never did. So my message to you is be careful who you hang around with, because the people you hang around with is who you're going to become. If you've got 4 people negative that you're hanging around with, you're going to be number 5. Start thinking about the group of people. Don't associate with the wrong people. And some of this is family and friends. They're the worst, by the way, because they're the closest to you. Once again, thank you for watching. I hope you got some nuggets there that you can apply. Remember, our mission is to empower you to take action. Send us a message, send us a comment on what are you going to stop doing? What are you going to cut out?
Let me tell you a story. When I was young, I had dreams of glory. All these mistakes seem to come like a flood, until my days, they were done. But I don't wanna feel like wishful thinking. Pick myself up and move to the beat of my heart and my soul. Sing a song